Hey friend, welcome back. Your girl got glasses. Today we're talking about bookkeeping and payroll. What are they? Are they the same? Do you need one, both, neither? How do they interact with each other? I'm also going to talk about the software that I highly recommend for payroll and talk a little bit about the payroll services that we provide at MADISON Dearly Bookkeeping. Let's jump in. All right, are bookkeeping and payroll actually the same? You probably guessed it. The answer is no, they are not the same. Let's define each of these pieces of your business finances. Bookkeeping is accounting for every single transaction that's coming in and out of your business to kind of compile them into a financial report that shows you exactly how much money you made, how much money you spent, and what's left over. That truly is the high-level layman's definition. There is so much more complex accounting that goes into the true financial reporting, but that's really what bookkeeping is. Payroll, on the other hand, is the process of paying your employees on a set schedule throughout the year. With payroll, you must also withhold payroll taxes that you are then sending to the government on the employee's behalf. So the employee is paying a portion of those payroll taxes, but the employer is paying a portion of those payroll taxes too. Payroll also includes benefits. So if you offer those, you need to be tracking sick time, vacation time, paid time off, reimbursable expenses, unlimited menstrual leave. I super want to add that as a benefit for my employees with ovary, uterus. In my opinion, putting team members on payroll is exactly how you keep them for the longevity of your business. That is how we retain employees. With that employee-employer relationship, you really can start to add bonuses when you meet KPIs in the business. You can give unlimited PTO, unlimited menstrual leave for people with uteruses in your business. I really super want to do that someday. I love cycle syncing, so I think that'd be really cool. You can also offer parental leave, you name it, any kind of benefits, reimbursable expenses. This is how we keep our people. And that's what makes a good employer different from a great employer and really will keep people sticking around. So how do bookkeeping and payroll actually interact with each other? Well, payroll is coming out of your bank account, so we can reasonably assume that it is going to flow into your bookkeeping as an expense paid. But when you start to run payroll in your business, it is so insanely important to educate yourself on how to properly categorize and split those transactions coming out of your bank account, because you do not just want to put one transaction to wages and salaries and the other one to payroll taxes. We really do want to see what was the employer portion of payroll taxes and what was the employee portion of payroll taxes, and what was the gross amount that you paid to your people. Or instead of educating yourself, you could just work with a knowledgeable bookkeeper who can do it all for you, who knows exactly how to split out those transactions, or even a CPA who's going to clean everything up for you at the end of the year before you file your taxes. Knowledgeable bookkeeper being me and my team. So now, do you need both or one or neither when it comes to bookkeeping and payroll? Well, you've heard it here about 1,000 times. You have to do your bookkeeping. That is a non-negotiable. If you have a business, you have to do your bookkeeping, whether it's you doing your own bookkeeping or hiring me and my team or a bookkeeper or a CPA to do your bookkeeping for you. But do we have to have payroll for team members? The answer is, it depends. You can totally hire your team members as independent contractors and leave them like that for a long amount of time. You pay them their fee, they pay their own quarterly estimated tax payments, and then you file a Form 1099 for them at the end of the year. There are very specific rules from the IRS on who qualifies as an independent contractor and who qualifies as an employee. The employee-employer relationship looks a little bit different though, because you, as the employer, are able to set the rates that they're getting paid. You also dictate the processes and procedures of how they do their job. And you also are dictating the software that they're using, maybe the computer or type of equipment that they're using. So that really is just more control as an employer over an employee. If that is the relationship that you have, and if you do have employees, you need to be running payroll because you need to be withholding those payroll taxes from each and every one of their paychecks and remitting those to the government on a regular basis throughout the year. I have seen some CPAs do that manually, and you absolutely can. You are paying somebody, and then you are also paying the government, and it all just kind of like works out how it's supposed to. But I do not recommend. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. I would highly recommend using a software like Gusto. So these are my software choices for bookkeeping and payroll. So bookkeeping, you obviously know if you've been around here around the block a time or two, Xero is my preferred accounting software of choice. But Gusto is my preferred payroll software of choice. It is intuitive, easy to use, great customer service, and just makes the entire payroll process seem much less intimidating. Gusto handles all of the payroll taxes. So even if you aren't sure who you need to be paying or how much you need to be paying, there are so many great help articles or even just phone numbers that you can call to your state or even to Gusto to say, hey, I don't quite understand this. Can you help me set it up? I also have worked with many clients and also third-party providers within Gusto that are just really top-notch companies that produce high-quality work. So again, I just highly recommend Gusto, cannot say enough wonderful things about them. Also, it should be noted that Gusto and Xero are besties. They play really well together, and actually everything that happens in Gusto syncs over to Xero. So if you are doing all of your bookkeeping in Xero, which you should be because Xero is awesome, you can clearly see the syncing information back and forth from Gusto, and it just makes it that much easier to complete your bookkeeping. Completing payroll itself can be confusing or honestly just plain annoying. Having to remember to log in every other week to run payroll, approve timesheets for your hourly employees, and track all of the reimbursable expenses or benefits that you have within your business. We actually offer payroll services at Madison Dearly Bookkeeping, where we are logging in for you every other week or on a monthly basis, and we are running payroll on your behalf. We can even talk to your employees if you want us to make sure that we have the timesheets approved correctly. And we'll also help you keep track of benefits or any kind of reimbursable expenses that you offer to your employees. We will even tie a little bow on it to let you know how much you need to have in your bank account to make sure that all of your people get paid. And that is just another way that we can take the financial stuff off of your plate so that you can be the team leader, head designer, creative copywriter, whatever your title is that is not staff accountant. We got that covered. Do you have a team that you run payroll for, or do you mainly work with independent contractors? I would love to know in the comments, and also drop what software you use. See you next time.